Hey, what's up? I'm glad you made it here. This is Sam from Zolder Bet. In this video, I'll be talking about all the picks, the bets, and I'll be covering a little bit the prop bets that I'm taking for UFC Fight Night Font versus Garbrandt. Before starting though, if you don't follow me yet on Instagram, feel free to start following me. I put some of the bets that I take out there, so if you wish to take this up front, if you trust my analysis from previous time, you can follow me and check it out there, alright? So I'll divide these videos as follows. I'll be covering real quick all the picks and a bet that I took on straights and parlays, then onto the prop bets. And if you wish to support the channel, stick until the end. I'll show you how on Patreon. Alright? Between Damir Hadzovic and Yancy Medeiros, picking and betting Medeiros. This is the amount that I'm betting, guys, so you can sum these two columns. This is basically the straight and this column for the parlay. So when I say parlay, you know, different people together. And the straight is a straight on the guy, so this is the amount of money I'm betting. In this case, Medeiros. I took him plus 100. Claudio Silva versus Court McGee. I'm picking McGee, but not going to be betting the fight. Just prop bets, Ben Rothwell versus Chris Barnett. My biggest bet of the card in Rothwell, 3.5% of my money. Then Joshua Coulibaly versus Ilan Shah. Picking and betting Coulibaly. Justin Tafa versus Jared Vandeira. Picking Tafa, not betting the fight. Bruno Silva versus Victor Rodriguez. Picking and betting Silva. David Dvorak versus Raulian Paiva, picking Dvorak, not betting the fight. Felicia Spencer versus Norma Dumont, picking and betting Dumont. I got her in an early market, plus 175, throwing 3.5% of my money on her. Yan Xiaonan versus Carla Esparza, picking and betting Esparza, 1% of my money. Rob Font versus Cody Garbrandt, picking and betting Font, 0.75% of my money. Damir Ismagulov versus Rafael Alves, I'm picking Ismagulov, but betting Alves. Jack Hermanson versus Edman Shabazin. I'm picking Hermanson. I'm not going to be betting the fight. Ricardo Ramos versus Bial Audio. I'm picking and betting Ramos. Alright, so on to the prop bets. I'll just cover real quick the prop bets. If you're interested in the breakdowns for this, for why I'm betting, who I'm betting, there is in the description of the video. There is another video where I explain everything and I break down the card. Alright, so Rothwell inside the distance, guys, basically. Plus 120, I see big value on this because I think Rothwell just gonna walk forward and finish this fight real quick. You know, it's very difficult for Chris Barnett to win here. I put quite a lot of money on a Rothwell straight and parlaying, but there is also value this at plus 120. I think Rothwell finishes. Barnett could be even a guillotine or a bulldog choke or something. That's why I'm not going Barnett by TKO, because also the difference is very small, but I think Rothwell by TKO is probably the easiest. I'm playing these unders, Rothwell versus Barnett under 2.5. I don't know, maybe some crazy things happen. Barnett can get a lucky shot or something. But also if Rothwell finishes Barnett, I also cash this one. So I think both of these are pretty good. Ilan Shah by decision, this is just a cover bet. I'm betting Coulibaly quite a bit, but Shah is a good wrestler. You know, he can hold Coulibaly down. I don't think he finishes Coulibaly. Has good submission defense, Coulibaly has. But if Shah can out-wrestle, Coulibaly will hold him down in a boring decision or something. I'm not giving much chance. It's a very tiny bet for me, just like a cover bet. So there you have it. Victor Rodriguez round 2 TKO. I'm taking this because that's plus 2,000. It sounds to me like there is a very small chance that Victor Rodriguez can finish Bulldog by TKO. You know, I'm betting Bulldog, as you guys saw, parlaying him quite a bit. So this is more like a cover bet as well. Another tiny bet for me. I'm thinking that if Rodriguez is gonna push forward hard, he's gonna get taken down. So I don't see him much finishing Bulldog in the round 1. But maybe Bulldog slips him on the second round, gets caught or something. I don't know. But very tiny bet here. Court McGee by decision. This is an interesting one because I am picking McGee. I think he wins by decision. And at plus 185, I like this bet because he has good submission defense. And Claudio Silva, he's basically a submission guy. You know, I know that he's been trying to improve his striking. He improved quite a bit, but I still think McGee is the better striker. Good wrestling, good takedown defense, not easy to submit, like I said. So I think this goes to the decision, and if it goes to decision, I think McGee is a good favorite to win a decision. So at plus 185, I like this bet a little bit. So I also have some parlays that I'm doing alongside the prop. So McGee and Silva to the decision, then Spencer versus Dumont go the distance. And this fight I spoke about in the other video, so I expect that the Spencer gonna shoot. I don't think she finishes Dumont, Dumont could finish Spencer with TKO or something, but not likely because Spencer is such a tough girl. So this goes to the decision, I think, quite likely, and I'm using this to parlay some of the props, right? Bioldi around 3 TKO. Like I said, I'm picking betting Ramos, so my biggest bet is on Ramos, so I have a tiny bet on Audio around 3 TKO. The reason is Ramos can slow down, and especially from the third, his output lowers quite a bit. Audio is a tough guy, he's gonna keep pushing, he has a chance, and Audio is a volume guy, he's not a power puncher, so it's a decent chance here. This one I also like a little bit because it's ridiculous to have this at plus 2,800, so I would take this as a median one because from prop bet level, because if this cash is gonna cash really massive, and there's a decent chance that this cashes, even though I think Ramos is a small favorite in this matchup. Okay, so this one I like a little bit just because of the massive payout and a decent chance. Hermanson versus Shabazian go the distance. Both of these guys are tough, I don't think it's gonna be easy that they finish each other, but they are both aggressive. Shabazian goes for the knockout, Hermanson goes for the sub, so anything can happen, but there is value here in my opinion. Justin Tafa by decision, I like this one quite a bit. It's a massive payout at plus 20. I have Tafa winning this by decision because he's a good striker, he's quite technical, but he's not the biggest puncher ever, even though he has some power. And Vandera is a big guy, has a big head, Vandera probably gonna try to be aggressive, but I think his output gonna diminish. Then I think Tafa gonna, pick up from the second round, edge him on 29-28 or even 30-27. So I like this bet because it's a good payout, and I think I'm picking Tafa by decision. In my calculation, I don't remember what I had, but it was probably like 30% that I have Tafa by decision, and this pays me plus 520, so it's a massive value for me. Then I have some parlays here with Tafa and there the distance, with Spencer and Dumont, then with Silva and McGee. And parlaying these things, I have at plus 900, these things, so very interesting if this cashes. I think there's a decent chance that this cashes. Carlos Parza by decision. I think this is a pretty straightforward one. It's a good one too. Font Garbrandt the distance and Tafa and there the distance. I think that Garbrandt and Font go the distance. I know that Garbrandt is a guy that either KOs or get KO'd, but I think he's gonna be fighting smarter here. I don't think he's gonna go crazy in this matchup. And Font is a very technical guy, a very tough guy to put away. And the Garbrandt is not easy to put away, even though he has a couple of knockout losses. So I think this goes to the distance. Not too likely, but good likelihood that this goes to the distance. And then I'm parlaying this, and I can get those massive payouts again. Actually, this is not right, but I will fix this one. But yeah, and then Rob Font by decision plus 520 is also very interesting. And my pick is Font by decision, so this is also a massive value for me. All right. So guys, if you like this video, please like, subscribe. So let me just show you how you can support me on Patreon. So this, what you guys see, it's part of the USD $15 page tier, and in this tier I show the amount that I'm betting, and you guys know that the winning strategy is based on the amount that you bet, right? So if you would like to be my Patreon, $15 tiers, you have this, and for $10 is the early releases, and also guys can get the best odds and the best fighters. Sorry about the noise. For instance, Carlos Parza at plus 150, Norma Dumont at plus 175. I think this both will cash to be massive here, especially on Norma Dumont. So that's what you guys see early on. And for $15 is what you have in 10 plus this that we covered early on. So you guys can catch the best props as well, and line by line to see everything I'm doing in terms of props. And for $50 tiers is the whole pack, and it's everything, it's all the bets that I'm taking for $50, line by line, the props, everything, because from this one you guys can see the strategy, how much I'm betting, but then with the $50 tiers line by line, if you trust me and you like to copy, feel free to do it. You have it for $50. Alright guys, thank you for watching. I hope you like. Please like, subscribe, and talk to you next time. This is Sam from Zrodder Bet, bringing the best, most consistent and transparent betting strategy for you.